Hello guys, this is Kletsie from Kletsie's Modded Minecraft. Earlier today I did release a video on Ender Utilities Mod Spotlight Part 2. I did make that video with all the knowledge I had about the mod. The mod is so extensive, it was too limited. Thankfully, the mod author was kind enough to reach out to me and we worked out the redo of the Mod Spotlight Part 2. And it is the part 2.2 on Ender Utilities. So let's get started. So today we will be working on mob transportation, translocation, relocation and teleportation. We will be working on tools and on player transportation. Let's start off right here. This is the Ender lasso. Let's first check out how we make it. It's fairly easy. Some ender rope, an inactive ender core enhanced, and ender alloy basic. Probably got some upgrades for it. We have 8 link crystal locations, so we can store 8 different locations in this item. It does require some power, and we can add a jailer module to it. The jailer module is really nice because it prevents hostile mobs from despawning. So if you use this item with hostile mobs, it's no problem, they won't despawn. Now let's see how it works. We link our Ender lasso to a location and we teleport whatever mob we right click on to that location. As said, you can store 8 locations in this, so yeah, if you go out and explore, you just teleport the mobs home. Even hostile mobs, they will not despawn. Really nice item. It works cross dimension, and so really nice to get your farm going. Let's continue with the ender bow and the ender arrow. Let's see how we craft it. The ender bow is crafted with 3 ender rope, 3 ender alloy enhanced, a inactive ender core, not too shabby. And the ender arrows, they are cheap. It's an ender bow with 2 arrows and 2 gold nuggets. Let's see what this does for upgrades. Again, you see 8 link crystal locations and the all important jailer module to prevent hostile mobs from despawning. It does need some power. Everything that gets teleported does require power. The arrow, it's not upgradable, it just belongs to the bow. So what can we do with this? Well, we can link it to a set location, just like the ender lasso. But if we can't reach the mob with the ender lasso, we can always use our ender bow. It could come in handy if you want to catch a ghost or anything flying like that. The ender bow does have another functionality, and that is if you toggle it on, it turns purple and it goes to the player mode. What it then does is it teleports the player to the place the arrow lands. Really neat item to have. There is another functionality to the ender arrow. If you left click on a mob, it gets teleported to a random location nearby. With the new fighting mechanics of 1.9, this could get you out of dire situations. So, what's the next item on the list? It is the living matter manipulator. So, how does this item work? Let's first look at how do we make it. It is 1 ender alloy advanced and 5 ender alloy enhanced, with 1 inactive ender core enhanced. Can we upgrade it? Oh yes, we can. The all important jailer module to prevent hostile mobs from despawning, of course. We can use 4 memory cards MISC in here, and let's go and test it out what we can do with it. Well, we can manipulate living matter. As you saw, we have 4 memory cards. Every memory card can store up to 16 animals. We've got 9 pigs in here now, but this is annoying, so we toggle it to set it to capture mode only. We can't release mobs right now. Now we have it to release mode only. We can only release the mobs. I'll toggle it back to both, and as you saw, I've got 2 memory cards in it. And let's go to memory card number 2. It even shows you on the tooltip how much and what mobs you've got in there. If you look at the bottom one, I've got Jab in there. So let's cycle to Jab. There we go, a rainbow sheep. So let's release all 16 different colored sheeps from this item. Yeah, really cool item. I can see myself making mob farms with this in one trip to catch whatever I need and then bring it over to my friends. Next item on our list is the mob harness. Let's see what we can do with that. Again, we go to our noisy pig farm. Well, we are riding a pig. Better yet, we can make a pig ride a pig. And we can go more insane. We could just build an entire tower of pigs, and we can, if we can reach it, ride the top one. Yeah, shift right click to dismount the pigs from each other. It's a really cool new form of saddle, and yeah, riding a tower of pigs around town, yeah, it leaves an impression. Before we continue, let's take a look at the recipe of the mob harness. It's fairly easy. It's 6 leather, 2 ender rope, 1 ender core, basic, inactive. Let's continue with the next item. It is the ruler. How do we craft the ruler? Let's see. It's 5 ender alloy basic and an ender infused stick, which is just sticks and an ender pearl. Can we upgrade it? Yes, we can. We can install 4 memory card miscs in it. What does the ruler do? It allows you to take measurements. It's a basic measurement, and this is a row of 7, as you can see down here underneath in the screen. The memory card can store up to 8 different recipes. So let's toggle this to stay on and select the next recipe. You see that recipe stays there. Now, if you are working from a template or whatever and you need to have exact measurements, this item will help you a lot. It really will help you a lot. So yeah, I did set up a different card and I made some examples over here. As you can see, if you hold shift while you select the block, you actually select the block and not the side you are facing. You can go into all diagonals, you can go into the all, you can save them all. If you have it set up like this, it will always show you the shortest route from your position, so it will change. You can do really awesome builds with this. You can lay out templates before you actually start building, and as you can see, you don't need the ruler in your hand, so you can just place blocks as you wish, as you want. You can use this for really well in crate builds. I ain't a builder. I will be needing this item to make exact measurements of my builds. Yeah, it's a cool item. Play with it, go for it. Okay, next on the list we have, what do we have here? One of the lazy builder. I believe that's me. This is an item specially for me. Yeah guys, this is the builder wand amongst the builder wands. This item is so awesome. I can't even completely feature it in this mod spotlight. I will give you a little show though. If you look here, select there, and there we go. And if you look in my inventory, we do not even have stone in our inventory. It uses the item of this memory chest. Yeah, I will promise you guys, I am coming back to this item. I will make a separate mod spotlight only on the wand of the lazy builder. So extensive. I love it. I love it really badly. Okay, next on the list we have the ender tools. You can see them in my hotbar the entire time. Let's first take a look on how do we craft them. They are not that expensive. They do require the advanced ender ally and the ender sticks as shown before. The recipe for the pickaxe, let me do it like this. The recipe for the pickaxe is messed up. As said, I did talk with the mod author and it will be fixed in the next time. They're not expensive. You can use them straight off the bat. All of them, they will never really break. So if you enter your ability, it just takes, I believe, 15 levels and an advanced ender ally in the anvil to repair them. Their durability is insanely good though. So let's see, what can we do with upgrades in here? Well, as you can see, we do need power. The capacitors are needed, and later on you will know why. The sword can be used without the ender cores. There is a difference in what you can do with the tool depending on what ender core you have in here. So let's take a look at what this sword. All the ender tools have 3 different modes. Let's take a look at the modes and what ender core we need for what mode. First of all, we have the normal mode. The sword does do a lot of damage, but that's it. It's a good sword, nothing special about it. We did get some loot, we picked it up. Now, if we go to the next mode, the mode does require the ender core, and this requires the ender core basic activated. Now, if we kill the mob, it didn't drop anything. Yes, it did, but it went straight into my inventory. The third mode can handle 2 different types of ender core. Here you can use the enhanced or the advanced. And let's see what it does. We kill the cow, and where did the loot go? Well, it got teleported. I linked this sword to this ender chest. As you can see, the raw beef and the leather went into the ender chest. And you can do that in the overworld with the enhanced version. If you do want to teleport the items cross dimensions, you need the advanced ender core. This sword has an extra cool feature, and that is the summon mode. In the summon mode, it helps you fight. I'm not that good of a fighter. Hey, Sander, you ain't going around? I don't like you anymore. And as you see, it summoned 3 ender fighters for me. The ender fighters will attack every enemy within a 32 block radius. If there is one player holding the ender sword in the summon mode, they will not attack players. If there's no one around with the ender sword in the summon mode, they will also attack players in that 32 block radius. And as you just saw, after a second or 10, they disappear, they go back to the ender. So, what is our next tool? It is the ender pickaxe. It also has the 3 different modes: the drop normally breaking, it teleporting to my inventory, and it teleporting it into the ender chest. This thing also has a fast mode. It does double the durability loss, but it also mines a lot quicker. And same goes for the shuffle, the normal mode, the player mode, the ender chest mode, the faster mode, and of course for the arcs we have the same modes: the normal mode, the player mode, the remote mode, and a cool extra feature of this arcs is that it does remove leaves really fast, and the arcs can also be activated. If we look in this ender chest now, it teleported the items I harvested to this ender chest. I linked it to this ender chest. It does not need to be on ender chest for your weapons. Okay, next we have the ender hoe. So, the ender hoe, what can it do? Well, it is able to hoe. It's not that special. This thing won't have a fast mode. No, it has a better mode. A 3x3 mode. Yeah, that's cool, right? It also has the normal function. It has the player function. What does it do in the player mode? Well, it can take all plantable items from your inventory and plant them for you. And of course, if the plants grow and you harvest them with the hoe, it teleports to your inventory. Even better, I don't like to run around with my seeds and weed, so I just have it linked to a chest in the remote mode. You see, and like that, it all went in here and it used the seeds from here. It is really cool and nice way to set up big farms. All ender tools are enchantable. The enchantability is a bit higher than iron, but not as high as gold though. So let's see if I am lucky today. I'm not. I just gained unbreaking on a pickaxe that has a high durability anyway. If you do manage to get lucky, or if you do manage to get books, there is a special code in this mod. If you get efficiency 5 on your pickaxe and you put it in the fast mode, it will instantly break most common items. Even obsidian is easy and fast to farm this way. This code for efficiency 5 doesn't only apply to your pickaxe, but it applies to all of your tools. Now, a cool little feature in this mod is that you can name the crystals. We have been using the crystals all over the place. Now, I want to link it to this chest. So, we're going to link it to, it only takes one level. We are going to link it to a wooden chest. I can't type today. So, now, if we are going to use this crystal inside one of our tools, you will see in the tooltip it will say wooden chest. So then you know whatever you can link your crystal to, you can name it. It's for the easy sorting, the easy teleportation. It just makes your life a little easier. Now, we have talked about mod transportation, teleportation. We did look at the really cool tools this mod adds, but I want to move faster, explore the world faster. We have the reusable and the pearl. The name says it all. It's an ender pearl that you can reuse. Like, how cool is that? There is one disadvantage. You do take the full damage like you would with a normal ender pearl. Luckily, this mod does offer a improved version of it. This is the elite reusable ender pearl. the crafting recipe of the ender pearl is like such: 4 ender pearls, a block of redstone, and some gold. The reusable elite one does require a normal one, 3 enhanced ender ally, 4 feathers, and an inactive ender core. This is cool. I can fly. I can fly. This is so cool. Yeah, but still, it looks cool. But I'm derping around and I'm still taking damage. So I want to get around without taking too much damage. We can. It's the ender porter. The ender porter does require upgrades, does require at least a ender capacitor, and you can store up to 8 different location crystals. How do we craft this? We craft it like such, with a ender core enhanced. But it's an activated one. You can see it in the colors up here. And we do need Eye of Ender and some Ender Ally Advanced. So how does this work? We hold right click to charge it, and we teleport to a set location. As you saw, we have different location crystals in it. So can we actually teleport it there? Yeah, we can. It teleports you. It can even remember your yaw and your pitch, and the slight disadvantage is the charging time, but we can live with it. Yeah, the ender portal. We can teleport everywhere in this dimension. No, I'm sorry, this will not work cross dimension. But in a mod that requires this much ender pearls, I want to be able to teleport to the end. We have the advanced ender portal. It is advanced, so it won't be cheap. And no, it isn't. You do need the ender core advanced activated. I'm still wondering, how do we activate it? Yeah, if you look here, the upgrades, 9 location crystals. The ender portal also has 9, and it doesn't have 8, and it needs at least a ender capacitor. So this works the same as the ender portal, but you can use it cross dimensions. Wait right there, you ain't going to skip the portal scaler. Yeah, Masa made a really cool item. This is the portal scaler. I don't know about the vanilla mechanic of portal scaling, but this item changes that, and I know a lot of you will like this a lot. Let's see how we make it. It is quite expensive. It requires some obsidian, an ender ally advanced, a piece of purple stained glass. It isn't our dictionary, you need the purple stained glass, and an ender core advanced activated. Yeah, what can we do with upgrades in here? Again, we are, well, actually teleporting. It will use energy based on the amount of blocks you change the scaling. The higher you change the scaling, the more energy it will use. You can store up to 4 memory cards in it, so you can store 4 different types of scaling. What does this item do? Normally in vanilla Minecraft, if you create an ender portal, say for example on 800 X axle, Y 65, C 80, right? That's your overworld coordinates. Minecraft will divide those coordinates by 8, meaning if you go through the nether portal, your nether coordinates will be 800 divided by 8, meaning 100. the Y never changes, you stay at the 65, and the C will be 80 divided by 8, meaning you will end up in 10. At least, so I have been told. To show this to you guys, I did make a little setup. I also programmed my memory cards. I will show you how to change it. You press Shift and look to the direction. The tooltip saved me again. You hold Alt plus Shift and you scroll the mouse wheel. You will see the axle you are looking at will change. You see the C number going up and down. I will leave it to 10 because that's what I pre-programmed it to be. It also works on the X axle, like so, and of course on the Y axle. You see it changing, and that's how it works. Now let's go to the setup I did prepare this for. And yeah, I am using the ender border. As you can see, just change the card, travel to the nether portal. A cool feature about the portal scalar, it also works as a flint and steel on the nether portal. You can activate the nether portal. If we look now to my coordinates, I'm at 865.80 as I described before. I have my portal scalar set to 111. Normal vanilla mechanics, I would end up at x100, y65, c10. This time I should end up at 865.80. So let's check it out. Here I am in the nether, and as you can see, it placed me in a location where I can be placed, but we are at 880 and 80. So now I want to travel back to the overworld, but I don't want to go to these coordinates. I want to travel to different coordinates. So I pre-programmed my second memory card to have the X set to 1, the Y to 1 and the C to 10. This means that my C axle teleportation will be multiplied by 10. So in the overworld I won't end up at X 800, Y 65 and C 80, but at X 800, Y 65 and C 800. Another cool feature is if we go in a portal and we instantly activate the ender portal if we stand in it and we right click, and as you can see we are at 800 for 800. The y-axle is being changed so that I don't end up mid-air like I started. It's really cool. I know a lot of you guys can do really cool linking stuff with this and cool travel methods with this. It will take some time before I can do that. Now let's go back to our spotlight location. The end in Ender Utilities? What? I thought there wouldn't be an end to this mod. Wait. What's in here? We have energy bridge. What's this for cool items? Well, remember I told you guys that you could charge the ender capacitors a different way than using the ender infuser? This is it. You need two structures. One structure you need here. I have already outlined it. You can make a screenshot to make it easier for you to build. There are 3 blocks in between this in each pillar. The height you place there doesn't matter. The energy bridge resonator goes in the middle. Then you place the energy bridge resonator. This is the receiver. The resonators around like so. Always place it when you're standing in the middle then the purple dots will face you, and that's the way they need to be placed. This energy bridge receiver does need clear line of sight to the sky and to bedrock. There we go. This looks so cool. You can use this in all kinds of setups. It could even be used as decoration. It doesn't actually do something. I've had it there all active all the time. This is one part of the build. We need to go to the end for the other part of the build. But hey, we've got cross-dimension teleportation, so let's get going. Wait, what? It appears someone already has been here. I am missing my girlfriend, the Ender Dragon. It's just to make this safe, guys. What do we have here? It's an Ender Relic and an Ender Core. Wait, this is an activated one. Yeah, guys, I will show you now how to activate the Ender Cores and build the big brother that we just made in the overworld. There is one little thing to say though. I'm going to do this in creative. You will understand why. Okay, let's take a look at the Ender Relic. How do we craft this? It does require an inactive Ender Core Advanced, 4 Emerald and 4 Eggs. The eggs linking you back to the Dragon Eggs. So, the Ender Relic, it allows you to respawn a Ender Crystal. As you can see, when Dragon is killed, usually the crystals are gone. But we do need the crystals to be alive. As you can see over there, that would have killed me. But this is how you respawn the Ender Crystals. It needs the pillar of obsidian to be spawned in, and you can use this in the overworld. Then it will be used as only as decorational block. It won't have any use, but it will explode when damaged. In the end, it does have a use. We can activate our Ender Cores here. So finally we know how to activate them, and we also have the possibility to put the Ender Crystals back where they belong. Okay, so guys, now we've got an Ender Crystal. We also have the Energy Bridge Transmitter and the Energy Bridge Resonator. I did not show you the recipe of the receiver. It's an active Ender Core Advanced. It is class, it is ordinary, doesn't matter what class here, and 4 times the Ender Ally Advanced. Now the Energy Bridge Resonators are a bit cheaper, again 3 class, some enhanced Ender Ally and an Ender Core Enhanced activated. Keep in mind guys, there is a difference between the activated and the non-activated. Now the Energy Bridge Transmitter is the part that makes it expensive. This is where you need a nether star. The rest is Ender Ally Advanced times 6, unactivated Ender Core Advanced, and some class. Now, how do we build this brother in the end? I have marked it out here, but let me try to explain. The Ender Crystal appears to be 2 blocks tall and a little wider than it actually should be. It is considered to be 1 block, and we need 2 air blocks above it to place the Energy Bridge Transmitter. Again, we are going to place the Energy Bridge Resonators 2 blocks out from this time the Ender Crystal. So again, stand in the center. Whenever you're going to place this, don't stand inside the Ender Crystal, so the purple dot is facing the Ender Crystal. Now we just remove this block. Now we just remove this bottom block and it activates. These blocks are just to outline how to build it. They are not necessary. It's just to make it easy. I'm going to do this with you guys one more time up there. So let's do this one more time. I do have some endstone in here to mark it out. First, let's create the ender crystal. Now again, we go 2 blocks out. So this is where we place the resonator. So this is where we place the brick to build it. 1, 2. That's where we get the resonator. 1, 2. That's where we get the resonator. 1, 2. That's where we get the resonator. Now, don't try to pillar up here. It won't work. I pillared up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 1. You place the transmitter. You place the 4 resonators, and you'll remove this bottom block so it sees each other and it works. A very important note to the energy bridge is it isn't a machine. You don't need to chunk load it for it to work. It just checks if it is there, if it is built. If you do build this in the end, each and every build you put a receiver in, you don't even need 2 transmitters. 1 transmitter is enough. But if you put 1 receiver in the overworld, all of your ender utility items will get charged, as long as you have an ender capacitor in there and you have them in your inventory. So for service, this is really friendly. The people don't have to build a lot of these items. They just need to build 1 and the server will enjoy it. If you have a mining world, just build a receiver in there and your tools will be charged. Okay guys, first of all, a big shout out to the mod author MASA. The link to his page will be in the description, as you are used to me. Now, if you want to keep up to date with my channel, please do subscribe. A like or a comment is always appreciated. I will try to respond to whatever I can respond to. This is Kletsie from Kletsie's Modded Minecraft. Sign.